What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys are in a fantastic day today. And today we have the February 2023 Albuquerque Sunport International Airport update for you guys. I really hope you guys are excited for today's video. Today we have a very exciting Albuquerque update in store for you guys. We have several aircraft changes and all kinds of fun items to dive into with today's video. I really hope you guys are excited for it. And without any further delay, let's get started. We'll start over here with Terminal A, change it up a little bit. I've been enjoying going back and forth to start the update. So why don't we get started over here at Gate Alpha 2 to kick us off. Albuquerque's been doing really good. You guys saw the last update. It was absolutely incredible to get to see all the progression. And let's see even more of it in today's airport update. So beginning right here, we have the United Airlines Airbus A320 and the Continental Globe Colors loading up right here at Gate Alpha 2. This guy's going to be making the non-stop service out to Houston George Bush Intercontinental International Airport. This service has been seeing, I believe, two Embraer 175s, I think, and a 320. So glad to see the progression there, and that's been a great route here. I've been really enjoying seeing the main line here at Houston, or yeah, obviously at Albuquerque, flying that Houston service. So really been enjoying that, and I'm excited to see. Hopefully we'll get Evo Blue to release, whether it's Panda, NG, Gemini, or somebody, because we've been waiting on that for too long. And the Aero Class one's fine, but yeah, it's pretty hard to find at this point. So United 320 service Houston. Loading up there in the foreground, which would be the FBO at Camcorder C. Hypothetically, we have the Boutique PC-12. This guy's currently making the non-stop out to Carlsbad, New Mexico on that EAS service, the Central Air Service. It's been a really cool service for us here at Albuquerque. I've been really enjoying getting to put that in. Hopefully, I can get some more custom Shapeways planes done. They're just very hard to come by, and they are, obviously, it takes a ton of talent to be able to do it so well, just like that. So, again, very much appreciate who made that, ended up getting that. So that was really cool a couple years ago. It's been a great model for the collection, and it's been a critical asset for all of these EAS services. So the Boutique PC-12 non-stop service today out to Carlsbad, New Mexico. Southwest Airlines doing quite an awesome job here at Albuquerque. They've been getting multiple frequencies in to start 2023, and here we're going to start with one of them. Here's the Southwest Airlines 737-800. This guy's in the Heart livery with the Scimitar winglets. This guy's currently coming in from Phoenix Sky Harbor today, non-stop out to Los Angeles as well. I think that Los Angeles service is really cool as well. It's one that kind of goes underrated with all the Burbanks and all those different services we have too. So glad to get to see that for Southwest, and they're doing really good with that service, I would say. Waiting for the baggage to get on and getting the catering truck in. Just got into the gate here. We have the MAX 8 for Southwest Airlines. This is another Heart livery, of course. Very excited for the Desert Retro whenever that gets fully announced, along with the Canyon Blue Retros. I'm sure Gemini is not going to pass up the opportunity to do that. This guy's currently coming in from Oakland today, nonstop out to Las Vegas, Nevada. Both very popular service here at Albuquerque, and I've been glad to see the progression on those over the recent months. So very excited for that. Loading up right here at gate, I think this is Alpha 9, no, this is the other side. I think this is 10, I'm pretty sure this is 10. We have the Southwest 737-700. This is the Heart livery with the blended winglets, a commonplace aircraft. This guy's currently making that nonstop in from Chicago Midway, and this guy's going to be making the service today out to Houston Hobby. I'm very excited for Kansas City to return. That's April 11th when that will be returning, and hopefully we'll get some new flights. I was thinking about this in the last update. I believe I was talking about this, but I would be very surprised if we don't get some future services to Florida. I think Orlando and Tampa would be great for Breeze, and I think Southwest could also serve both those markets, and maybe even like a Fort Lauderdale or something. Haven't looked into the full analytics, but I would be shocked if Orlando and Tampa did not have significant demand. American Saturday only to Miami would also be a very, very, very interesting service for Albuquerque, so that's another thought. Or heck, even with Spirit's tremendous growth here as of late, maybe they could do it. So I think Florida is definitely a must, as we don't have any services. I talked about this in the last update, but Allegiant was supposed to start Orlando Sanford in 2020. Did not happen for obvious reasons. Hopefully we'll be seeing some services soon, but nevertheless, Southwest is continuing to grind out what they have. Let's get a 0.5 for this one, why not? We have the Southwest Airlines 737-800 loading up right here in the Canyon Blue livery with the blended winglets. Definitely one of my all-time favorite Southwest combos. Gotta love Southwest's variety with their liveries and their aircraft types. Well, you know, obviously not the baseline type, but with Scimitar winglets, blended winglets, 700, 800, that sort of thing. Anyways, this guy's currently coming in today from Dallas Love Field, and also going to be heading out today to Austin Bertram. Very nice service there, and I'm glad to get to see the success there on that route. Alright, getting back into our normal focus here. We got the Southwest Airlines 737-700. This is our Lone Star 1 this time. This guy's currently making that non-stop service today. This guy's coming in from San Diego, California. This guy's going to be heading out to, let's send him over to Las Vegas as well. Very popular services here at the Sunport. Been glad to see Southwest's progression like I was talking about, and they're doing a really good job. So hopefully they'll continue to do that. I'm excited to see where they can go from here. I also think I didn't mention Burbank, so sub out Vegas for Burbank. My apologies, but really good routes. Burbank's about a year old now, and it's, I think, doing really well from my knowledge. So glad to see that progression, and we'll be excited to see where it goes in the future. Southwest doing really good, and I'm excited to see what the future holds. Hopefully we'll get Allegiant back sometime, but they are currently not on the schedule. Very unfortunate. It's been weird for JetBlue, Allegiant, and Frontier. They've all been very inconsistent, so hopefully they'll return one day. What has been consistent, is the Spirit Airlines Airbus A320neo service from Las Vegas. Been really glad to get to see this. This is already like 8 months, not quite 8 months, but like 6 or 7 months old, which is pretty incredible to think about. This only started in like August, so really glad to get to see Spirit really doing well in that service, and hopefully they'll continue to do that and add some frequencies and maybe some new routes. I think St. Louis would be really interesting for them. I don't think that's quite one they would want to add, but Oakland or Orange County, that's an unserved market here at Albuquerque. I feel like that would be great. So many routes that they could fulfill. We'll see if they do any of them, but nevertheless, Las Vegas is one that they have for now. Alrighty, here we go with the back half of United. Here's the 737-800 Continental Globe Color with the Scimitar winglets. Definitely underrated model in my collection, the GeminiJets 2016 release. I know that there's some mixed feelings about this mold. I've went both ways in the past on it. I still think that it's a decent mold, especially this one doesn't have too much wing flex, so, you know, it's one of those things, but I am very appreciative to have this model. This guy's here making that nonstop today out to, this is heading out to Denver today on the turnaround service. Been a really, really good service for us. I'm excited to see what the future holds for DIA. United Airlines Airbus A319 Evo Blue makes an appearance, one of my favorite models. This guy's currently coming in today from San Francisco and continuing out to Chicago O'Hare. Chicago is still on the 319 along with San Francisco, so both those services daily, and I'm excited to see what the future holds for those, as they are really cool services for us and they've been doing quite well. So United 319 coming in from Chicago out to San Fran. And here is the American Airlines special delivery today. This is our Piedmont Airbus A319. This guy's kind of making that nonstop. This guy is also coming in from Chicago today, and this time it's a turnaround. It was 737 last month. Now we're getting the 319. I'd be shocked if it's the Sharklet. Well, not shocked, but I wouldn't be necessarily crazy surprised. That's not a great way to phrase it. I wouldn't be, you know, shocked if it wasn't a fence tip, but it might be a Sharklet, so we'll see. But I threw in a fence tip because that's probably what it's going to be, but would not surprise me if they bust out a Sharklet, because that's just American for you at their finest. This is getting pre-recorded, so not completely sure, but nevertheless, that's why we have the 319 Piedmont here. Really nice livery. Aero Classics did a good job on this one. About, oh gosh, golly, this is almost 2 years old at this point, but yeah, it's one of those things, and we'll continue to work with it. So like I said, this guy's coming in from Chicago on the turnaround. American Airlines is Airbus A321, still makes an appearance here at gate. I believe this is Alpha 3, I think this is Alpha 3. This guy's kind of making the nonstop. This might be 1, actually. I'm sorry. This is, I think, B1. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's something like that. But nevertheless, this guy's kind of making that nonstop service today. This guy's coming in from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. Going to be heading back out there. We do have some 737s on that route this month, but 321 has been pretty predominant, which is glad to get to see that. It's really cool. So, again, it could be fence tip, might be Sharklet, not completely sure, but got the Sharklet in here because they're kind of almost interchangeable at this point with Oasis and Kodiaks. So, yeah, that's why we have the 321. One of my favorite models. NG absolutely killed this one. NG, just make us some 321 fence tip variants, because I know everybody in the comments probably wants to see that too. So that would be great to see, but we shall see what they do. And loading up over here at the far gate, we have the American Airlines 737-800. This is the normal livery. This is still the first release. I'm waiting to get that second release in the mail soon, hopefully. As of recording, of course, it's like December 11th. So, yeah, that's some context for you. Nevertheless, this guy's kind of making that nonstop service today. This guy is coming in from Phoenix, which has been 737, 320, and I think RJ9 or 7. Which one was it? It was RJ9. Yes, it was Mesa. So glad to get to see the progression there, and I'll be eager to see what they can do in the near future on that. So glad to get to see that there, and they're doing really good. So very nice. Alaska has a change this month. Here's their 737-800. This guy's currently making that nonstop service today. This guy's coming in from Portland and continuing out to Albuquerque. Both routes have been technically, I guess, down-gauged to the 737-800 after being on the MAX, but the good news is, long-term, is they'll be back on the MAX, I think, by April is when they're back in the schedule. They're just mix and match, and I'm sure Alaska has different frequencies that a little bit more efficiency and seat capacity helps out, so can't really blame them. Their service has been very appreciated here at Albuquerque. hopefully we'll get some services soon. We shall see. I'm pretty sure we had a San Diego service before I started making airport updates about 5 years ago. That was really, honestly, a pretty good choice. I'm not sure what happened to that, but I might be thinking of Reno, but I'm pretty sure that we had it here too. So LAX would also be an interesting choice. Who knows? Maybe Alaska will provide some new service for us too. We shall see. But anyways, glad to have their presence. Great model by NG. Again, almost 3 years old. Crazy to think about. But time flies, doesn't it? Alrighty, getting our focus in here, we have the Delta Connection Embraer ERJ-170 filling in, of course, for the SkyWest Embraer ERJ-175. Don't think I need to say what I'm going to say, so you guys know what I'm talking about. This guy's currently making the non-stop service today. This guy is coming in from Los Angeles, California. Going to be heading back out there on turnaround. Very good service for us, 3 daily. Glad to see the progression there, and they've been doing really good. So this guy's heading out to LAX. I'm glad to see it, as always. Loading up right here, we have the Delta Airlines Airbus A321 with the Sharklets. This guy's currently heading out to Atlanta or Citrus Aviation Airport. In the description, of course, you can find your local fan picture and the subscriber route links, so feel free to check those out if you're interested. But yeah, really good model here by NG. Glad to have 2 of them. They are really nice models, along with the thank you livery that I try to get in here as much as possible. But yeah, Delta, not any change on the frequency, 3 daily 321s. Very commonplace, and it's been a really good frequency for us. I think we got there a little over a year ago is when we got to just 3 daily, and it's kind of flatlined. Not necessarily a bad thing, just where it needs to be, and that's awesome. So glad to see you on the main line, and one day maybe we'll get 737s, and I would be very excited if we got 757s. But for now, we got 321. Speaking of 321s, here's another one. The Delta Airlines A321, the second one, currently pushed back with a non-stop service today. This guy is making it out to Salt Lake City, Utah. Very glad to get to see this. Once daily 321, 2 daily Embraer 175. Made its debut in the previous update. Glad to see it's still here. I think this will be a great mainline service going forward. I hope they keep this. I think it's a really good opportunity for Delta to get even more passengers on board. Really big up gauge though. That's pretty impressive. It went from 7060 on that morning flight up to, I think these hold about 160 on the 321. Might be slightly higher or lower. Something like that. But that's a huge up gauge right there. More connecting opportunities, and even if it doesn't fill initially, I'm sure by peak season, March, April, May, and going into the summer, of course, they'll be filling it. So really cool to see, and excited to see what Delta can do with that service. Lastly, for the concourse, as expected, we have the American Eagle Embraer ERJ-175. On behalf of SkyWest Airlines, this guy's kind of making the nonstop in from LAX to Los Angeles, heading back out there. Been a great service for us. I'm really glad to see Los Angeles doing well. Southwest, Delta, American. I think United honestly should give it another shot, but I kind of understand that they've kind of consolidated their LAX operation, even though their express operation is still rather extensive. So we shall see, but if they put mainline to San Francisco, I think that's a pretty good compromise for it. So we shall see what the future is, but nevertheless, like I said, up to LAX. Yeah, concourse looking really nice. We'll come back to this in a little bit, talk a little bit more details, but let's get into our general aviation section as we have some really good looking airplanes over here. So let's get started. The Cessna 172 is currently, yes, making a local flight around the area because that is commonplace for that aircraft. So let's get to see that. This is going to be the final, and I know more. This is the final update that you're going to see this aircraft looking like this. This is subbing in for that advanced air heading out to Silver City. This is the final time. Not doing it again. If this is how it looks in March, you guys should just tell me in the comments that I am very bad at keeping to my promises, because I'm going to be very upset if by March this is not finished, because winter break's almost here and I'm fixing that up. Along with this whole lineup of planes should be completely different. Hopefully in good quality too, but that one's not the best quality. This one's okay. This is the Cessna Citation 1, this or 560, yeah, whichever one you want to call it. It can kind of be interchangeable. This guy's currently making the nonstop out to Van Nuys. This guy came in earlier today. Short flight from Santa Fe. This one was done fully with paint, and it was kind of a tough one, but still turned out pretty good. This one, outside of the, not necessarily fading, but the, I don't know what the proper term for it would be, the, I guess, like, inconsistency of the fine point Sharpie. I thought the windows came out pretty good, but this is the Phenom 300. This guy's currently making the flight out to Denver Centennial today. This guy came in earlier today from Topeka, Kansas. Now, I'm not sure why the Sharpie didn't come out very well on that, possibly because of the material on the actual Phenom itself. It was spray paint, so maybe that's why. I don't know, but nevertheless, still looks pretty decent, and I would say it looks better than the, the Citation over there. So, still looking good, and this lineup's going to be completely different. About time. Very excited for it. March is coming very, very soon. All right, here we go. So Prime Air making its debut at the gate. Very excited about Prime Air. Like I said, this is month number 4 for them. Only the second time in the update because pre-recording is not very fun. But right here we have the Prime Air Boeing 737-800 freighter, BCF. This guy's kind of making that non-stop flight today. This guy is coming in from Cincinnati, of course. This arrival comes in for Sun Country, operated by Sun Country, at about 4:30 p.m. Let me see if I can get a good angle on that. That looks like a pretty cool angle. Yeah, this guy, like I said, comes in about 4:30 p.m. local time, and he heads back to Cincinnati on the behalf of Sun Country. I think that this has been a really great addition. Definitely helpful for any Prime New Mexico members, and just in general, it's a great service to have. I think it's going to be a very critical one going into the future. So really glad to have Prime Air. Great to get variety. So glad I got this NG model back in 2020. It's really a great model, to be honest. It's fantastic. I love the delivery on it, and honestly, it's one of my most underrated models. This is really, really cool. Just taking a look. Sorry, I just had to. It's such a nice model. So really, really nice one. I'm excited to get to use it more, and I'm excited to see what Prime Air is going to do in the future. I think they have a ton of potential, and they are only just getting started on that. So Prime Air is going to be the next UPS and FedEx. I'm not going to say mark my words because you never know, but it would be very surprising if they don't grow exponentially in the next 10 years. But like I said, nonstop out to Cincy. All right, zooming out, we have the UPS Airbus A300 freighter. This guy is currently making the nonstop out to Dallas-Fort Worth today. Came in earlier from Ontario. Very great services, and I'm glad to see that cargo is going well for our mainstream cargo carriers. The tradition has to continue as always. We have our double 767 lineup featuring the UPS 767 freighter, nonstop service today out to Louisville, of course. Very consistent. Hopefully we'll get some up gauges in the future, but hey, 767 is very cool. And then in the back, we have the FedEx version, of course, 767-300 freighter. This guy's currently making the nonstop in from Memphis, Tennessee, of course, and heading back out there. Hopefully we'll get some more Indianapolis service. I think that would be helpful, but we shall see what they do in the near future on that. Very excited, and also I'll take some time to insert present-day cargo stuff because there might be some new ones, so let me insert that now. Alrighty, guys, and I probably also took a little bit of an intermission there to talk about any route changes or anything, too. So, yeah, thought I would insert that there because pre-recording is good in ways for me personally, but also for the viewers it can be a little misleading, so I apologize about that. But as I've said previously, more videos are better than no videos, of course. Taxiing out for departure, we have the American Eagle Embraer ERJ-175 on the behalf of Envoy Air. This guy's currently making that turnaround service out to Austin Bertram International Airport. Glad to get to see Austin continuing to do very well. It's a really cool service for us. I think that Austin's got a bright future ahead, especially if they get that second terminal built in the near future. So I'm excited to see how America will progress in that service, and just the enhanced winglets on the model look really cool. I kind of didn't even realize how cool they look because I've seen so many of them, but man, they look really nice. As you can see, the slanted winglets look really nice. Nonstop out to Austin today. Holding short, runway 08, lighting surprisingly better than I anticipated. We have the UPS Boeing 757-200 freighter. This guy's holding short, like I said, and this guy's going to be making a nonstop service today out to, this guy's heading over to El Paso after coming in from Dallas as well. Glad to get all that cargo transport throughout here, really helpful. I'm sure USPS is also utilizing one of these carriers at some point too, so FedEx, UPS, whoever may be probably now, and obviously need to get the FedEx Cessna 208s complete for the feeder services around here. That would be really nice. So hopefully I'll be able to get that done by March as well. The advanced air is for sure going to happen. I just need to know if I'm going to get the Cessnas in the mail or not. So I'll let you guys know if I'm able to get that done, but we shall see. Finally, to round out today's airport update, taking off runway 08, moving over the displaced threshold because probably of terrain. The other reason might be there's a cliff at the end of the runway. It's not a huge one, but it's a significant dip in the elevation. So that's my assumption for why there's a displaced threshold, but probably because of the dip on the in the runway. That would be theoretically a little bit past its wall. But we have the Southwest Airlines 737-800. This is in the Canyon Blue livery with the blended winglets by Gemini. The engine will be in the next update probably. I'm excited to get that in here, along with many new models, so get ready for that. But this guy's currently making the non-stop service today. This guy is coming in from Las Vegas, and this guy's continuing out to San Antonio. I'm pretty sure that one is back too. So glad you could see that, and if it's not, Phoenix, because Phoenix is awesome. And just like that, that will do it for the Albuquerque update for February 2023. Glad to get us kicked off awesome this month. Albuquerque, while it's been a little bit quiet, is still doing really well here for this month. Last month's update certainly made up for the little bit of quiet, but I'm sure March is going to be big with the new models, along with any additional changes that happen at Albuquerque. Also was able to get an Air Force One model, so if Air Force One does come back for the next another consecutive month, we will, or not obviously consecutive months, but it came in 2 times within 5 months. So if it comes in again within a period of time, I'll be able to represent that. So really excited for that. Hopefully we'll get an opportunity. I'm sure we will in the near future. Air Force One just is bound to come to New Mexico at some point because that's just tradition for them, which is awesome. I love Air Force One getting to visit all of our states. It's really cool. But nevertheless, great Albuquerque update today. I'm excited to see where we progress in the future. Hope you guys have had a great start to 2023. I'm not sure what's going on in my life particularly, but I'm sure that we're still making videos, of course, and everything's going well. So I'm excited to see what the future holds. Hope you guys are having a great start to school years, jobs for this year, and all that fun stuff. And no matter what you're doing, keep trusting the process and do what you love and love what you do, because in the end, it's certainly going to pay off and you guys are going to enjoy it, I promise. And just got to stick the course. You know, everything's not perfect and you just got to keep with it, because you never know what opportunities or what great future might be held there for whatever the case may be. So certainly continue to trust it. It's going to pay off. It has for me at least, so I think that it will for you guys too. Giving you guys some final views to round out today's airport update. Really glad to have that Salt Lake City mainline. It's a really cool service for us. I've encouraged that for quite some time. Hopefully we'll get MSP back at some point. Detroit would be an interesting service, and I'm sure there's many other unserved markets, especially Florida, that need to come here soon. But yeah, looking great here at Sunport. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, so with that being said, that'll do for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do what you love and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon, as Redriveraviation is signing off.